Well, after a bye week, the Green Bay Packers get back in the win column, winning 27-18 against the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm Dominique Yates. I'm joined by Pete Dougherty. Pete, it's kind of interesting when I watch this game because going into it, I thought, okay, kind of a get-right game for the Packers, just kind of take care of business against a team that just brought in a veteran QB in Joe Flacco and should try to put this team away. And they didn't really do that. It took them really late to get things going, and I think that's really a big thing for this Packers team. Can you just put a team away and not look back?
Very hard to tell how good this team is or isn't right now. They needed a win, so they got that. But I'm sure they really wanted, a nice convincing win, a get-well game that you're talking about, and they certainly did not get that. And the defense is, second straight game in the second half, they just couldn't get a stop. Even if you go back to Cleveland the last couple of possessions, they couldn't get a stop. So that's got to be a big worry. Our team's kind of figuring out what they're doing right now because they tried moving Parsons around on passing downs. They still weren't getting home with the rush. And on offense, even though they put up 27 points, didn't you feel coming away that it just wasn't that good of a performance? I mean, Jordan Love, he's a really talented guy. He made a couple really good plays and some good scrambles and a couple really nice throws to Matthew Golden. I mean, really good throws. But then that interception that looked like something from his rookie year, and he missed Musgrave wide open, just airmailed it to him. So he's still having a couple plays like that. So it's he's playing pretty good football, but it's still up and down. And this is a tough team to figure out right now. And I just wonder, 2 months from now, are we saying, yeah, they really struggled early in the year and it took them a long time to figure out who they are and what they are, but they got it going? Or are we seeing some fundamental weaknesses that are going to stick with this team from now through the end of the season?
Which is very weird to say that with the team being 3-1-1, but it's very much the case. But on, I guess maybe more on a positive spin, special teams, I would say it was probably one of their better performances in this game. And you lose Brandon McManus before the game because of the quad injury he had in practice, and you sign Lucas Havrisik a day before, and then he comes in, makes two big kicks, including a 39-yarder that really put the game away.
I'm glad you knew his name because I didn't.
I probably messed it up, but who knows?
I think that sounded right. LaFleur had to be just, sweating bullets when he sent him out there for that last field goal. I mean, that's just a lot of pressure on a guy who's never been here before. He made every kick, and you're right, their coverage units were really good. Matthew Golden ended up getting yanked from punts because he made another judgment mistake on fielding them, and so they had Romeo Dobbs back there. But it wasn't like the first rule of special teams, which we've talked about before, is the old medical oath: first, do no harm. And they did no harm today, and they actually, they didn't make any huge plays, but they were solid overall. So, that's got to count for a step forward, I guess. But you got to string things like that together. So the answer is not going to be this week or next week. It'll be, how do they do over the next 6 weeks? That'll tell us a lot more about whether they're making progress there.
That's the biggest key, and even some of the players talked about it. It's like, okay, you put together a good performance in this game, but you have to do it again next week in Arizona, and that's going to be really a big key for this Packers team. Can they play complementary football and try to have some consistency throughout the rest of the year? But the Packers improved to 3-1-1 on the season, winning 27-18 against the Cincinnati Bengals. For Pete Dougherty, I'm Dominique Yates.